Well. It's Wednesday afternoon in the Sunshine State. 3 o'clock. We all know what that means. It's time once again for Wednesday Afternoon Live with me, the SaleenDriver. Not the only SaleenDriver in the world, but the only one on YouTube. I am the host of the longest running Wednesday afternoon live stream in all of YouTube that I know of. I am the host of the show that endeavors day in and day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, to prove that we are the definitive live stream about nothing in particular. And I could probably stop using the in particular part of that. Considering that the guy who uses or used to use the expression the live stream about nothing, I believe was Uncle Lou, doesn't use that anymore. So I wouldn't be stepping on his toes now, would I? Don't want to do that. God forbid. Anyway. It is Wednesday afternoon. It is a little after 3 p.m. in the East. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. The good evening really only applies to our buddy Sven. But evening. First guy in the stream was the aforementioned Sven. Hail steak. Second week in a row where I'm down bad. Well, we'll be going over that in a few minutes, I'm sure. Matt Dumit's here. And Ken Spear checking in as usual from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. One of our watch guys. Probably won't stay around very long because this will, as usual, degenerate into a sports/nonsense live stream. But always glad when one of the watch guys shows up. Sometimes they even ask a watch question. And sometimes I even know the answer. But don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, of course. Let's see. I know about that. And I know about that. Good. Let's see. What has been happening? Well, in a couple of days, I go see the neurologist about what's left of my spine. Hopefully, he's not going to say something crazy like you need surgery and you better get it done now before your trip in April because you're going to need a long recovery time. I don't think that's what's going to happen. He might just say, you're fine. Go with God, and we'll see you in a few more years when your back really degenerates. Or he might say, time for another spinal injection. Or he might say, we're going to cut you open and fuse your spine. That should be fun. But that is Friday morning, so I got time between now and then to really, really worry about it and really work myself up into a frenzy. Let's see. Florida lost to Ole Miss. That was expected. I didn't expect Florida to put up that much of a fight, but I did expect them to lose, and they did lose. However, Ole Miss didn't cover. So if you had Florida plus 13, you won. And I'm willing to bet that nobody in this community bet on Florida because y'all hate the Gators, and it's pathological at this point. So nobody wants to make money. Florida is last time I checked, 3.5-point home underdog to the Voltards. And they'll probably lose because the team is in absolute disarray. And I don't expect them to win the following week either against the Forsyth University. But we'll see. I guess that's why you play the game, right? You never know. Harvard won on Saturday in a track meet. Nobody played defense in that game. I know nobody watched the game. Probably nobody even knows the final score was Harvard 45, Penn, or University of Pennsylvania, if you prefer, 43. I think it was 43. And literally nobody played defense in that game. Harvard was actually up 42-40 with just a few minutes left in the game. They had the ball. All they had to do was make one first down and run out the clock. And they couldn't do it. They went all, limp-wristed conservative and let Penn get the ball back. Penn drove down, and Harvard managed one defensive play and forced Penn to kick a field goal. And I think it was like a minute and a half left, and Harvard got the ball back and actually drove down and scored another a field goal of their own with about 20 seconds left in the game, and held on for a win to keep them undefeated and on top of the Ivy League, and took about 6 months off the top end of my life in doing it. This Saturday at 12 noon, I believe the game is on ESPNU. I'll look that up in a minute, is the game. The original The Game. Not these pretenders like Ohio State, Michigan, or any of the other bullshit. Harvard Yale is the original The Game. It is being played in New Haven, Connecticut. It will probably be a near sellout because this is one of the oldest rivalries. In fact, it is, according to my research, the third oldest rivalry in college football. The oldest one being Lafayette versus Lehigh, two schools I'm sure you all have never heard of. The second oldest being, believe it or not, Yale versus Princeton. And just behind it is Yale Harvard. The winner basically wins the Ivy League. And the Ivy League is participating in the FCS playoffs this year. So the winner of the Ivy League, I believe, gets an automatic bid to the FCS. I'd have to check that. But Harvard should be favored slightly in that game, or it might be a pick-em. I don't know. Vic Tube is here. Good to see you, sir. I'll bring Sven. I'll drop the link in a minute. I'm sure Sven will come in and at least go over how Vic and I and Sven did in our picks, and see how we will do in our next picks for the upcoming week. Should be. I wonder if I'm still leading the group of three. I wonder. Won't make you wait too much longer for that. But yeah, and then I am going to do a live stream on next Wednesday. I don't know how well it will be attended, but I'll go live anyway. Because it is the day before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving being my favorite holiday of all the holidays. I like it even better than the stuff that goes on in December. I am hosting this year at my house. I'm going to have 8 people over. I have my turkey already. Everything is pretty much in place, either in the freezer or in the fridge. All I have to do is put it together, which I've done many times before, and I have confidence. And hopefully nothing will go wrong. I have had things go wrong with Thanksgiving before. Not the turkey per se, but other things have gone wrong. In fact, one year in Georgia, I actually had a power outage, if you can imagine. We did get the power back about an hour and a half later. We just ate a little later than normal. I had a full house then, too. I had 10 people at that one. But we did manage to put on a good Thanksgiving despite the power being out. But it was interesting. We were thinking we were going to have to go get Chinese takeout at one point. I'm going to drop the link. Hopefully Sven and Vic will come up, and if anyone else wants to. I don't know where Nate's been the past couple of weeks. Nate has not bothered to attend a live stream here the past couple of weeks. I know he's done the shit show, which happens right after this stream. But Nate hasn't been around. Lou hasn't been around very much. We did get Slim Shady Kane, or Officer Slim Shady Kane, last week. That was a nice surprise. But yeah, some people that haven't been in a while. Hopefully they'll come back at some point. Guten Tag.
Hello.
Hello. So the old German's down bad, huh?
It is what it is.
Well, that's
but
what you
I have
said
to
right
show
there.
up.
Second week in a row, you're down bad.
Yeah. But even if I'm down bad, I show up.
This
is the difference between someone who is reliable and someone who does not care.
What?
Well, Vic is also here, and he's reliable.
What? Vic?
Yeah.
Yep, he's right there.
Yeah.
Hello, Vic. Hello, Vic.
Yeah, hello, Sven. Yeah.
We're all here to find out how good or how bad we all did. So I'm going to leave it to you to
I can tell you what. Our young blood won the week.
Vic won the week, eh?
Good.
Yeah, and I had 2 out of 7 right.
2 out of 7. Boy, that is down bad. Yeah. How many did I have right?
Okay, let's go over it.
Okay.
Where's my pen? Here.
Yeah.
Mississippi State, Missouri. We all picked the dumb asses, and the dumb asses lost by 5 million.
Yeah.
The next game was...
We all picked Mississippi State, and we all lost.
Yeah, of course. If I pick Mississippi State, they lose. If I don't pick them, they win.
Well, Mississippi State has been playing. They've been playing pretty good ball this season.
No.
Well, compared to last season, anyway.
Well, I'm just you've been competitive, at least in most of your games.
You know what?
Sven, you're still hoping for bowl eligibility.
No.
Whereas last week you were losing every game by 30. So
yeah, the problem is Jeff Levy makes a big mistake, and one critical mistake. He has to get a play caller in, and Zach Selman, our AD, and Keenum, our president, said it. You have to get a play caller in. You are a first-time head coach. You are the play caller. You are the offensive coordinator, and you are the head coach. And our recruiting is down bad.
Well, I understand Billy Napier is looking for work.
No. You know what? Give me Ed Orgeron. Give me Sam Pittman. Give me some of these guys who know what they are doing.
Anyone
but not a Sunbelt Billy.
Well, let me let me go off on a tangent real quick before you go to the next game.
Yeah.
We saw some reports that Sunbelt Billy was hanging out with Kirby recently.
Yeah, they are
What do you
buddies.
think? What do you think the odds are that Napier ends up on Kirby's staff?
Yeah,
Zero.
the chances are pretty high. I mean, Kirby is doing what Saban did, and that is, taking in all of these coaches that get fired. So
I
just like
think
what
I
I,
think
Saban
I
did.
bet you, I bet you
there's no
Sunbelt
way.
Billy ends up in some role at the University of Georgia.
Yep.
Yeah, as offensive coordinator. They fire
What's up,
Bobo
Steve?
because everybody hates him,
No,
and
no,
they
we're
You
not.
and they
think
No,
they're
we're
gonna
not
quickly.
like?
firing
You think they're gonna
Bobo.
like Sunbelt Billy over Bobo?
I
No,
mean,
no,
can you?
Bobo's not getting fired.
I know it was a joke, Vic. You know it, but I mean, after that, if they would see what Sunbelt Billy caused the offense, they would go on the knees and pray that Bobo comes back. You know,
Yeah.
this is my point. So let's go.
Anyway, go ahead and
The,
continue.
yeah, the next game was Rudy at Pitt. I picked the upset and I was wrong.
Yep.
By the way, to this game, how the hell, Vic, I ask you especially, is Rudy ranked ahead of Miami with the same record?
I I don't know. Well,
Can you
well,
this
yeah.
this
Well,
is this is some bullshit.
I know. Yeah, I know it's bullshit. I guess the only thing that I can think of was because for one thing, Miami lost to two unranked teams.
You think it
Uh,
might have something to do with
That's
the
the only thing that I
legacy
can
of,
think
what
of.
of
what what
the
what has what
legacy of
has
Notre Dame?
Yeah,
what,
and also the fact that that Miami's losses are also more recent than Notre Dame's losses.
I mean, who cares?
Yeah, I
Miami
know. But
beat
yeah,
Notre Dame head to head.
exactly. Yeah,
They have the
yeah,
same record.
yeah.
Georgia and Alabama have the same record. Alabama until last week, yeah.
They did not.
Alabama was ranked ahead of Georgia
Yes,
because they beat their asses. And
yes,
this week, Bama shit the bed. Georgia won. Georgia tops Alabama. All is fine. But Rudy, wrong. Okay, next game. Iowa USC. I picked Iowa. I was wrong. In Southern Cal, Lincoln Riley won a game. How the hell? The next
Well,
game
that's
was
welcome talk is Rose twice a day.
unanimous. We all picked the false Bulldogs over the short Beavers from Texas and got it all right. And the next one we all got wrong. It was Louisville against Clemson.
yeah.
And we all picked
And
Clemson, didn't we?
Yeah, that was
we all picked Louisville.
like Robert Louisville. Yeah, that was a bad beat. Yeah.
So,
Uh,
and the next one we all got right. It was Harvard University, Harvard Crimson Tide over Pennsylvania University. So, in
well,
the
I
last,
mean, I watched that game, and I got it. Nobody else watched that game. I know.
I saw highlights, and this was back and forth. This was like old Big 12, old
Yeah,
Oklahoma,
it
all
was a
offense,
track.
no defense. Sling
Yeah, it
it
was a track meet.
downfield, sling it downfield, and hope and pray someone catch the
It
ball.
literally turned into who got the ball last, and it happened to
Yeah,
be Harvard.
yeah. So, and the last one, what saved
Man,
Vic the win was Uncle Bill Belichick, UNC against Wake Forest. And someone was right, and it was Vic.
Yep.
So Vic scored 5, Saleen scored 4, and the numbers scored 2. And the standings are, I'm dead last, way behind, with 44 points. Vic has 49, a 5-point lead, and Saleen has 52, a 3-point lead over Vic. So, and here are the new games. This week was a bit complicated because 90% of all teams play cupcakes. The first game is, how you say it? The Criminals against North Carolina. NC. Yeah.
NC
Was
State.
North Carolina State.
Yeah, NC State.
Now that's in
That
that's
is
in North Carolina.
at NC State. I take NC State.
Yeah, I will never bet on the Criminals.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah,
And you, Vic?
They're both
yeah, I'll
5
go.
and 5 teams.
Yeah, I'll go with the Wolf Pack.
Okay. The
I'll take
last time Missouri won at Oklahoma, Sir Saleen was 1 year old.
Wow.
Well, that's not going to happen this year. I'm taking
So Missouri at Oklahoma. I'll take
the wagon.
Yeah,
the wagon.
yeah, got OU. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay.
the Wagoneers are going to roll.
No,
are
I
gonna
go.
roll.
I take Missouri. I
What?
don't care. Yeah.
What?
So Miami against James Franklin. Virginia
What?
Tech. The
Oh.
Hokies.
Oh, Miami.
If you don't hear it, Vic, James Franklin signed with Virginia Tech, and Arkansas and Florida missed out big time.
We did. Is that official?
This is official.
Okay.
This is official. James Franklin signed with the Hokies. This is no trolling or joking or something.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. But I'll still pick Miami. Yeah.
Saleen?
Yeah, I'm still picking Miami.
Me too. So
Yeah,
the next
James Franklin did sign with James Franklin signed with
yesterday.
Yeah. How
Yes.
about that?
Yeah, yesterday.
VA Tech. Yeah.
So
Well,
the next
Florida is
one.
still in the running for Lane Kitten. God help him.
So the next one is Pittsburgh at the Nerds of Georgia Tech.
Who?
Pittsburgh.
Pitt.
Oh, Pittsburgh, Georgia Tech. I'm gonna take Georgia Tech.
I take Georgia Tech.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Pitt. Yeah.
Of course you take Pitt. So the next one, the last time Tennessee won at Florida, Vic was a real toddler. Tennessee at Florida. The last win was in 2002.
I knew you were going to bring this game in. I knew it.
2002.
It was 2003.
Yeah.
Well,
2003. Yeah,
2003 was the last time Tennessee.
odd years they play in Gainesville.
Sorry. They play in the Alligator Alcatraz in the swamp.
Well, I've been watching some highlights of old Tennessee Florida games that pop up on my feeds, and I got to tell you, there's some strange shit happens when Tennessee rolls into the swamp. I mean, there were 2 games where the Baltards were up 2 touchdowns and ended up losing the game both times.
Yeah,
it's like it's some kind of strange. It's like the old legend of a red Auerbach has the leprechaun sitting on the opposing team's basket in the bowl.
It's like it's like Mississippi State and Alabama. We can do whatever we want. We can't beat these guys.
That's all right, Nate. We'll punish you later.
So
Yeah, I think that streaks are made to be broken. I'm gonna go Tennessee. Yeah.
I go Florida.
I don't blame him for thinking that either. I don't. I
I go
think
Florida. I don't care. Tennessee is a shit team.
Florida is in disarray.
Oh.
Absolute disarray. They have no coach. They have no plan for the future. Coach, no solid plan at the moment. Their starting quarterback doesn't know which uniform he's wearing, and I think he's lost the locker room. Now, having said all that, the game is officially a sellout in the swamp. It's at home. Florida is always looking to beat a rival, especially one where if they beat Tennessee, they're officially knocked out completely out of the playoff picture.
They are out,
Well,
and
they
Tennessee
already
has no
are,
chance.
They
They had
already are.
Well, I know that, but I mean, they're still mathematical and all that crap.
No.
Well,
Their
you tell
best
that
win.
you tell that to Gator Nation, who still thinks that they can knock out a playoff team. Anyway,
Tennessee,
bottom line is, it's a rivalry game. It's in a sold out swamp. It's in prime time. I gotta go Florida, even though
yeah,
the team is in a death spiral. I'm gonna go with my
Florida
boys
too.
to pull the upset.
I took Florida too, but Tennessee's best win is Mississippi State. They played three ranked teams
I
and
hate
got
Tennessee for a multitude of reasons, and I know that Florida as a team is in a death spiral, but it's at home at night in a sold out stadium. I got to go with my boys here. I got to say that I got to hope Florida pulls the upset.
Let's go from Gainesville, 3,000 miles northwest, to UCLA. You know what UCLA is?
No.
UCLA. Washington goes to UCLA.
Two teams I could give a rat's ass about.
I take Washington.
Well, UCLA is still playing Nico, right?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Well,
Yes.
Vic knows these things.
Yes, they still have Nico. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm taking Washington.
Oh.
If Nico is under center, which is a misnomer because no quarterback is under center anymore. But if Nico is still playing for UCLA, I'm betting against UCLA every time.
So, Vic?
Yeah, you get Washington.
Okay. So,
there you go, Nate.
And I didn't find a real shit game of the week, so I took this one out of the Big 12. Roll the dice and decide. TCU at number 22 Houston.
Who?
TCU.
TCU versus Houston?
Texas.
That's a game?
Texas Christian University.
I know who TCU is.
The Houston Oilers.
What's that, Joshua? Where's the game being played?
In Houston.
Does anyone care about this game?
No.
That's why it's the shit game of the week.
Houston is ranked.
Houston is 22. I take TCU.
All right, Brickman, what are you doing? You want me to go?
No.
Wait.
No.
I don't know. Who's favorite?
Say hello to your mom, Vic.
Wait,
I'm going to.
I'm going to take TCU.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you pick Harvard Yale? It's the biggest game of the week.
We can pick it. We do an 8 game.
Okay.
But how about Yale is not a competition? How about we win by 50?
Okay, you can scoot.
I thought
Yeah, it's
Harvard
not.
won by 50 last week, and they won by 2.
Yeah, but they won, and Yale is a bad football team right now.
No, Yale is in second place in the Ivy League.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
Okay,
Vic,
we
why
edit.
are you releasing a video during my live stream? Why do you hate me that much?
Where is Vic?
And he's talking to his mom or his dad, I think.
I think it's his mom.
Anyway, we'll get his
Let's-
pick in a minute.
Yeah. So, what's going on with Lane Kiffin, Saleen?
I don't know. I guess we're still in. I guess we're still in the running to get him.
You know what?
Signed anything. He hasn't signed anything with Ole Miss.
You want to hear a little bit of conspiracy theory? I think
Sure, go ahead.
Lane Kiffin is trolling everyone and stays at Ole Miss. I mean, let's assume you had math classes, yeah? Let's say Lane Kiffin goes for 15 million for 8 years to Florida. So, and after year 5, it goes south, and he gets 30 million buyout. So, at Ole Miss, they will raise him to 11 million from 9 to 11, and he can stay there 150 years without any pressure, without anything. If he goes to Florida and he don't wins, at least the SEC, the Florida fans, these crazy Florida fans will say fire his ass. 9-3 or 8-4 is not enough for these guys.
You know, I think I thought about this. I tried to put some good thought into the hiring Lane Kiffin, and how much grace he would be given compared to, say, Moose Dump or Shark Humper or Mullet or Sunbelt Billy. I think given Kiffin's track record with other teams, I think Gator Nation would probably give him a bit more than start calling for his head after 3 years of mediocrity. And I'll explain why. I think they Kiffin, for better or for worse, has a track record as a head coach and a track record, dare I say, as a proven winning head coach. A head coach that generates, he generates 9-10 wins a year.
Agree for the last 3 years, but look at Ole Miss's schedule, and before that, he was as mediocre as it gets.
Right,
and that's a fact.
But let me expand a little bit. He has a proven SEC track record, which
he won a lot of games the last 3 years. Yeah. He's a good coach.
His time with Tennessee, his time with Alabama, and he's got connections in Florida thanks to his time at I think it was FIU. I mean, I realize FIU is not a major program, but it's still in the state of Florida. And he was fairly successful at FIU. Or was it FAU? I can never keep them straight.
Yeah.
He's also a proven, and Gator fans love offense. They got spoiled with the offense with guys like Spurrier and Urban.
Yeah. Of course.
So Kiffin is a proven offensive coach, so they'll be happy to see that. Kiffin is also a coach that scares other SEC fans. Even the great and powerful Uncle Wizard of Lou said that would be the one hire that would scare him. So that's it was FAU. Okay, thank you, Joshua.
Oh, come on.
I mean, FAU, FAIU, tomato, tomato, whatever.
Whatever.
And you know, I think given all of the totality of everything that Kiffin is, some of which I don't like, some of which I do like, I think that Florida fans will give him a little, you know, more time. They won't be calling for his ass after 3 years of because I think Florida fans are also, by this point, despite what, you know, the echo chambers of Georgia fans and Tennessee fans and all the other fans say, Florida fans ain't stupid, and they realize that by this point the program has been severely damaged, and it's going to take even a really good coach. It's going to take a really good coach time to undo the damage of 4 not so good to really bad coaches. And if a guy like Kiffin comes in with a proven track record, he'll be given a little more time and grace to build the program back up. Plus, you know, if Florida State can't buy out a goofball up there,
No, well.
and Miami, you know, doesn't seem to be recruiting as great as, you know, people would hope they would be. Florida with a proven coach in like Kiffin on the sideline, you know, I have this feeling that a lot of the top tier Florida high school players will probably say, "Yeah, I want to go play for Kiffin."
The problem what I have with Kiffin, it's very simple. He's a very good head coach. He's one of the top 5 offensive minds in all of college football. And he's way better as an offensive coordinator as Sarkisian ever will be. Ever.
Yeah.
So that's a fact. So the problem what I have with Lane Kiffin is he's a portal guy.
Yeah.
He does not recruit.
This is a home run. I agree.
He does not recruit on basis what can you bring a national championship, and this is what Ole Miss cost last year the playoffs.
Okay, but
he has 22.
Let me counter that real quick. I'll let you go, but let me counter that. With not counter, but let me offer an alternative thought.
Yeah.
The reason he's a portal guy right now, partially, is and I'm not trying to throw complete shade at the state of Mississippi, but the state of Mississippi, which would be his primary recruiting stomping grounds, is not the state of Florida. Depending on who you talk to, the state of Florida is either the top or
I know this.
Top 2 recruiting environments in the country.
Yeah.
If he was able to recruit in the state of Florida and have free run in the state of Florida, he'd be less likely to be a portal guy and more likely to be a recruiting guy. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be absolute, but I'm just saying that a change in environment for him to a better recruiting environment like the state of Florida might change his ways a bit. But please continue.
This is possible, but so far what we saw is he had the chance to get really, really good Mississippi players in.
Yeah.
5 stars, 4 stars.
Yeah.
So, and he chose the portal guys over the freshmen.
Yeah.
He chose ready to roll guys over development. And that's, I don't know.
That may also be a product of the modern college football where every fan base expects immediate results and nobody is willing to wait around anymore for program development like in the good old days.
Yeah, but not at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a they didn't even make it to a SEC championship game in their history. I mean,
I'm just saying that if he's the head coach of Florida and is able to recruit in the state of Florida,
it will go way better.
The state of Florida before and did well considering where he was recruiting from. But if he can recruit in the state of Florida for the University of Florida, which is the biggest of all the state universities and certainly bigger than Miami, with the biggest fan base in the state of Florida, you know, he could do well enough that he might not have to lean so heavily on the portal, which is, to me, as an old school college football guy, is the ideal situation. You recruit and you develop, and you don't go for the sugar high. You go for the slow burn of the carbs instead of the rapid burn of the sugar.
My counter would be to this: LSU has near the same recruiting prints. You know that LSU is it's Florida, it's Georgia, it's Louisiana, it's Texas, and California. That's the 5 states where the good guys come from, the real good guys.
Yeah, I would probably put Texas a little higher, but I don't see a flaw.
And at Louisiana, there is, if every kid who can walk as a toddler is an LSU fan in the state of Louisiana. There is no Alabama fan, there is no Mississippi State fan, there is no Yale fan, no Harvard fan, nothing. They are all LSU fans, all. So, and if they get a chance to get to LSU, they go to LSU. At Florida, you have Miami, you have FSU, you have UCF, and you have Florida. So, and LSU is rich, really rich. So they have everything you need and then some. So if you are Lane Kiffin and you have to choose between LSU, who won recent national championships, or Florida, what would you take, Saleen? What job would you take?
Say that again.
You have LSU, where the last 3 head coaches before Brian Kelly won national championships, and you have Florida. Which job you would take, personal? You would you take the Florida job or would you take the LSU job? Which job is better?
I think Florida has more upside than LSU, simply because the overall facilities at Florida are better than LSU. Now the environment is probably about equal, and I think Florida is a better recruiting venue than Louisiana. And Vic is back online, so he needs to make his last pick.
Yeah, Vic.
Yes, it's TCU at Houston. I guess I'll go with Houston.
Okay, we both picked TCU. So, and at the last game, we have to do a 8 game.
A bonus pick.
A bonus pick. It's the 3rd oldest shit show on the planet. It's Yale versus Harvard, or Harvard versus Yale.
Harvard.
I take Harvard. Who was this?
Yeah.
The Omaha man.
Okay. Yeah. So we're all picking Harvard. Okay.
Wait a minute, Vic. You're not going to pick a Bulldog?
No.
No. Okay. Obviously, I'm picking Harvard.
Really?
Well, you know,
I'm a little bit surprised. Next week, back to 7 games.
Well, you can call the Harvard Yale as a bonus pick. You know, you don't have to count.
Yeah, I mean, who cares?
Joshua picks Harvard too. So.
we have a little bit fun with it, and so be it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and you know, Harvard, last I looked, was ranked 11th in the FCS poll.
This
which
is not
pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah, this is not bad.
You know, I want to look that up, see where they're ranked this week. FCS top 25. And let's see, North Dakota State is number 1.
Yeah, it's always the Montanas and the Dakotas, North Dakota, South
Harvard is
Dakota.
ranked. Harvard is ranked 10th,
It's not bad.
and I don't think Yale. Yep, right. Yale is ranked 25th.
Fuck.
Yale
But
is
the top
ranked.
10 is North Dakota State, Montana, Montana State, Lehigh, Tarleton, Mercer, Villanova, Tennessee Tech, Rhode Island, and Harvard.
Yeah.
How does Rhode Island get ranked ahead of Harvard? Rhode Island's 9-2. There's something fishy there. Anyway, I just thought nobody cares but me, but that's fine.
Was it Rhode Island or Long Island what Florida played week 1?
Long Island.
Long Island. The Land Sharks, or what was it? Yeah.
I don't remember.
You're
I
correct,
don't honestly
Sharks.
don't remember.
We played Rhode Island in baseball, and they are pretty damn good. I can tell you, it was a close
Well,
call.
baseball is very big in the Northeast. Always has.
They were a good team. I can tell you.
You know what I didn't know until recently? Florida has a hockey team.
Yep, it's a club team.
Yeah, the Florida Gators hockey team. It's like, huh? I didn't even know there was an ice rink in Gainesville. I really didn't know that, but okay.
So you
Hey,
know
Alabama
what
has
you
one
have
too.
to do. You have to go and watch a hockey game for your Gators.
You know, I
Bucket
might just,
list.
Did you
Bucket
know
list.
that here in Sarasota they've opened up at University Town Center Mall, which is a whole big, not just a mall, but there's a whole big area around it, shopping area and everything, restaurants, all that. They do every holiday season they do an ice rink. You know how hard it is to make ice for skating outdoors in Florida?
Outdoors.
Outdoors.
Yeah, we
It's a
have this in
temporary
Berlin.
outdoor arena.
Yeah, we have actually -1 Celsius. It's freezing.
Oh,
It's one
That's
under
below
freezing. Yeah, it's 1 below freezing, and
It's still in the 80s Fahrenheit around here, which I don't know what that is.
80s.
Celsius. Yeah,
80s is 23, 24 degrees Celsius.
Yep,
around
that's about what it is here in Florida right now. In
Yeah.
fact, they don't see us getting down. We just had a little bit of a cold snap last week or so. They don't anticipate that happening to us again until into December.
A cold streak.
still gonna-
Was it 71 or what?
I don't know. All I know is that it looks like we're gonna get out of hurricane season 2025 without a major hit, which
Good.
compared to last year is an utter and complete blessing. I mean, this time last year we were recovering from 2 hurricanes hitting us in a 2-week time frame, and that was like,
really? I saw Lou's garden. Just looked not pretty. In his roof, I don't want to live there. Serious.
Well, that was Helene. Helene hit Georgia pretty hard, and it wasn't even a strong storm. But you know, Georgia and then North Carolina, they're not set up for hurricanes. So even a weak hurricane just was absolute havoc to them. Helene only really in this part of Florida was a glancing blow comparatively, but hit us pretty hard. And while we're cleaning up the debris and the flooding and everything from Helene, along comes Milton and direct hits the west coast of Florida, which almost never happens. In fact,
Yeah.
Milton went right over the center of Milton, literally went right over my house.
Oh,
And absolutely creamed the west coast of Florida. They're still cleaning up from parts of this area is still damaged. You can still see the damage from Milton even to this day, and it's over a year now. So, yeah, not a lot of fun. In fact, if it weren't for a fluke of weather that hit at literally the right time, exactly the right time, we could have been in much worse condition. But the back half of Milton actually got ripped apart just as it was making landfall here on the West Coast.
yeah.
It was
Lucky
amazing.
you.
It was a miracle. It was nothing short of a. I don't know who believes in God here and who doesn't. But if you watch that radar track of Milton coming in over the coast, and all of a sudden the southern half of that storm disintegrated in a matter of 15 minutes, it was miraculous. It was heaven sent. That was. It saved my part of Florida from so much more damage. And yet we still got torn apart pretty good. So we needed a year off, and thank God we seem to have gotten it.
Yeah.
There's still 10 days left in the season, but I'm just hopeful that the Gulf temperature and the Atlantic is definitely too cold now for hurricanes, but the Caribbean and the Gulf hopefully have cooled off enough where storms can't really develop. Anyway, enough of that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's not a nice topic to
No.
talk about hurricanes.
No, it was not. I'm just glad we all survived. I'm glad my kids survived it without getting hurt. One of them was up in Tampa. Tampa got hit hard. But where she was living was undamaged except for the power outage. That's the worst part of a hurricane is the power outages. Because all of a sudden nothing works anymore. Credit card machines don't work, gas pumps don't work, water systems don't work because there's no power to run the pumps and the treatment plants. And for some reason, we built all the power lines above ground. It's like, really?
Oh.
You're constantly building roads and improving roads and widening roads. You couldn't bury the utility lines when you're doing that. You have to put them on power poles. That's fucking brilliant. Anyway. What else you got, Sven?
Yeah. I don't know what to make of all these coaches who are in talk to get new jobs. I mean, now they talk Eli Drinkwitz to LSU and Lane Kiffin to LSU. I mean,
Hurricane Melissa didn't come anywhere near the U.S. mainland. It crushed Jamaica, ran across Hispaniola and then Bermuda, and then died somewhere in the North Atlantic. I feel bad for Jamaica. I mean, Jamaica's a poor country. They can't handle anything really, but Melissa never bothered anyone here in America. Anyway.
Oh, by the way, Vic,
Yeah.
how many rums did you drink after Obama shit the bed against Oklahoma? A bottle? 2 bottles?
No, I didn't. I didn't drink any rum, but
Yeah. I was just joking. I mean, how the hell can they lose to Oklahoma? They had double the amount on offense, double the
Does Vic
amount of
drink?
rushing yards, and they lost. How is
Hey,
this
look
even
who's
possible?
Jerry Wells hasn't been around in a while. Does Melissa May ever come around? No. I see Melissa May posting on Facebook a lot, but she never comes around the YouTube stuff anymore, as far as I know.
There's another guest, Steve Pearson.
She's a good lady.
Yeah. There's another guest, Steve Pearson.
Oh, he's here. Well, he was here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He doesn't say much, but he's here. Yeah. I've not been working.
I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know who he is.
Who?
But
Jerry
Steve Pearson.
Oh, he's well, I believe I know
guess
he's
a
an
watch
Atlanta
guy.
Braves. I know he's an Atlanta Braves fan, obviously from his avatar, but I think he's also a Georgia fan. I see him a lot here, and I see him on Lou's stream a lot.
What the fuck?
I think he shows up on Vic's stream every once in a while. What's up, Nate? What the fuck? What?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just playing video games, so that's why.
Uh-huh.
As always.
When does Vic drink rum? When did that happen?
Sometimes.
I don't think we want to see Vic drunk.
I don't know.
Drunk Vic is a madman, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, God. Terrible.
Would you put Ole Miss in the playoffs if they lose to Mississippi State with 10-2? Saleen.
I don't think so. Probably not.
Yeah,
I would
and you let not.
10-2 Ole Miss could probably still get in. Why not?
Well, if they lose to a, I guess mediocre Mississippi State team, probably not. But
I know we can.
Mediocre.
We
are
can
not
talk
even.
about. We can talk about the what if, but Ole Miss beating Mississippi State, so it doesn't matter. So
that's true.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I see the Florida-Tennessee game. The line has gone to Tennessee minus 4.5. It was 3.5.
I think Lane Kiffin will make a statement and wins by 50. It's either an absolute blowout or Ole Miss loses the game. There's no close game or something like that. This is not like last year. Last year they won by 7.
I call Lane Kiffin Lane McChicken.
Hey, do you think Georgia's going to cover the number? Georgia's favored by 43.5.
Against who?
Charlotte.
Every time
I would bet Charlotte on the over.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably not. Or maybe. I don't know. Because
Alabama's playing Eastern Illinois. There's not even a line on that game.
that should be a blowout. Should.
Auburn's playing Mercer. There's no line on that game either.
Oh, I just got to pull it up. I'm still, yeah, Vic. You know how Lou and Pete said that Michigan and or I guess Michigan and Ohio State is waiting for next week. Just the focus on, I guess. What do you think about the next week? Actually, no.
When was the last time you saw Vanderbilt favored by 9.5 over Kentucky?
I don't know.
900 years
I mean,
ago.
good. I mean, good for them. I mean, they've been shit all their, well, you know.
Well, they beat Florida.
Well, no, I mean, like in like past years, but this year they've been pretty good. So I give them credit.
Yeah. You were right, Sven. There's not a lot of good games this weekend.
No.
Really isn't.
Let me tell you, I looked it up. Trust me.
But Harvard Yale is being broadcast at noon on ESPNU. So instead of being on ESPN Plus, Harvard Yale actually rates. Well, I wouldn't call it the first team broadcasting and everything, but maybe second team broadcasting team. That's always nice.
I mean, Missouri, Oklahoma could be a close one. Pitt, Georgia Tech is interesting. So, and maybe Tennessee, Florida. But otherwise, I saw some interesting games in the G5. But when I come up with James Madison against Lindenwood or whatever, it's a pick in the blue. Nobody knows these teams.
It's
beginning to look like Christmas. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is sort of the week before rivalry weekend, and the games are all kind of like meh, except for a few.
Yeah,
obviously.
I mean, what I would do, and I'm dead serious. I would take the G5 complete out of this bracket. I would say the FCS, Montana State, and all these teams, and North Dakota State and Harvard, they start March 1st playing football. So
I've argued for that for years. Yeah.
So until May 31st, June 1st, June 1st, I would start the G5 until August 31st. And in September, you can start the Power 4. It is not allowed for any Power 4 team to play any G5 lower less team. They play 12 Power 4 teams straight up. 8 in their conference or 9 in their conference, and one ACC team, one Big 12 team, and one Big 10 team. Period. End of story. And you can't play, let's say, Mississippi State can't play 5 years in a row in Minnesota. They have to change it up. 1 year in Minnesota, the next year Indiana, then Northwestern, then Ohio State, then Penn State, then Nebraska, and so on and so forth. So, and that would, then we would know who is the best team.
I've always thought that FCS should play in the spring. You know,
Yeah, and
that way they get their own TV contract.
yeah,
They
that's
can
right.
they can build a fan base.
We had year-round college football, and the G5 had a bigger contract. The FCS would make money because ESPN, if the FCS is the only conference who is on, or the only division who is on, ESPN will broadcast them. They live off live sports. Nobody watches Stephen A. Smith or these talking heads. Nobody watches this stuff.
Oh, I
So
agree.
and
I think the off season is too long. You should put FCS in the spring.
yeah,
I don't know about playing football in the summer though. It's awful hot out.
I mean, they are millionaires. They get paid. I mean,
I mean, the
you
group of
you
five. Yeah, the G5 players are not millionaires.
yeah, but they a street constructor who carries asphalt makes 60 grand a year in Florida. It's hot as hell. It's 110 degrees, and he's laying asphalt down, or stays on a roof and makes a new roof or something like that. I mean, they get paid. Then make the breaks longer, make water breaks or whatever. It's no problem. You can deal with that. But it would be, I think, it would be a thousand times better as to play. Yeah,
I do like the idea of separating the group of five out.
of course.
Maybe even
of course.
give them their own playoff system and let them play amongst each other and keep them
Yeah.
out of the group of Power Four.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the era of playing the cupcakes should be euthanized. I don't think playing cupcakes makes sense in this era.
The only sense it makes is for the cupcakes, because they don't get enough money to finance their own football team. So, but if they have their own TV deal, and a real TV deal, they can afford it.
Yeah.
But who am I?
No, I think getting the group of five teams out of separating them out and not having them play the Power Four teams, I think that's an excellent idea.
Yeah.
There's no point.
I mean, how many upsets we have? You have maybe 20 upsets a year. Real upsets, 20. So, in how many games? Huh?
I think maybe you don't. Maybe instead of giving the FCS teams the spring, maybe do the group of five in the spring, Power Four in the fall. Group of five has their own playoff system, their own leagues and everything. Power Four has their own playoff system.
I mean, you can.
And the FCS can keep playing when they usually play.
Yeah, I mean, they can do whatever they want. It's you can manage the the schedule. But the idea is behind is I don't want to see Mississippi State against Lindenwood in week 13, or Georgia against whatever shithole they play, Kennesaw State or South Montana State University. Huh? I mean, it makes no sense. And the chance of an upset is 0.5%. I mean, Mississippi State lost last year to Toledo. Okay, Northern Illinois beat Notre Dame. So, but how many of these upsets took place? Not many.
Yeah, don't
And
forget
and
about how
the
when Florida lost to Georgia Southern.
US, yeah, I mean,
Yay.
the
You mean the team with no
G5,
offense, Georgia Southern?
the G5,
Well,
the
actually, no. Georgia Southern was still in the FCS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't join the FBS until 2014. So
I mean, the G5 wouldn't need the money to play the big time programs if they have their own TV window.
Oh, fuck this. I'm
What?
sorry. This does not need that
What?
headline. Florida to meet with Tulane head coach John Summerall. Oh,
Uh-oh.
fucking A, man. We just got rid of a
Another
group of
another G5 coach. Yeah.
I did, why? For fuck's sake, why?
Well, what's
know
his
what?
name? He's who
it-
Summerall? What's his name?
John Summerall.
John. Yeah, so I guess it's gonna be G5 John. Yeah.
I quit.
Yeah, G5
I quit.
John.
If we hire a coach out of Tulane, I quit.
And go G5
Tulane is a good
John.
program. Tulane is a good program. It's like James Madison. I talked with Vic about this. I mean, Signetti came from James Madison, took 30 players with him or 20 players, and 2 years later, James Madison is already again and won, and about to have a chance to go to the playoffs as the G5 champion. They have a real shot. 2 years later, Signetti left the program with the 30 or 20 best players. They lost their head coach and their 20 or 30 best players. So, and 2 years later, they are right there. It's unbelievable. I think Summerall is a good coach. I would take a shot at him. And he is cheap. You can sign him, give him 5 years, let's say give him $6 million a year or $5 million a year. So, and say, okay, if you go to the playoffs, $5 million extra. Or let's say if you go playoffs, $5 million. If you go to the SEC championship, $5 million extra. If you win a Netty, you get $10 million extra, or whatsoever. No? I would take a risk.
No, Raj.
No.
Why not?
We hire Summerall. I'm gonna quit. I'm just gonna quit.
Oh.
What?
I just it will prove to me that our AD is indeed a retard. Absolutely. A retard.
I told you this. I told you this a year ago. That Strickland is an idiot.
What's up, GF?
He came. He came from.
I thought you knew that already. I thought you knew that already.
I did know it already, but this will prove it to everyone in the universe that Strickland
Yes, that
everyone will know that Strickland indeed does have mental problems.
Oh,
He should be
Of
wearing a
course he is.
helmet and eating pudding from a cup.
I thought you were talking about Octavian. No.
Octavian is my buddy.
Okay.
Stop mistreating him. I like
I
Octavian.
don't
You
even,
know
I
why?
don't even think I don't even think Octavian could learn to like Summerall. Well, maybe he could. I don't know.
Guys, I tell you something. 99% of all these YouTube cowboys, these internet cowboys, if their team lose, you will not find them for the next 6 weeks. Octavian, he shows up the next day and says, Georgia stinks, we beat our ass by 50. He is a real one. And I like that. He shows up. No hiding allowed. I like that. Is it crazy?
I'm never going to hide from. I'm never going to hide from this community. I don't get. I mean, I'm not that shallow. But
No.
doing the same thing that we just did is just stupid.
It's borderline retarded.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't want to put up with it anymore. It just at that point, it's like it's time to disappear. Just can't.
In the sunset of Venice,
my heart cannot take the heartbreak anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you can become a Florida hockey fan.
That's probably true.
And don't care about football anymore.
No, I care about football, but I'm just not going to invest any more emotion in it.
I mean, I don't invest emotions into Mississippi State football. I like them, but I'm not total invested in them. Why should I? Makes no sense. At the end, they are millionaires, and I'm not. And they don't care about me. Why should I care about them? That's the bottom line. And that's how I see it. And I think I'm not wrong about it.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, I mean, does DJ Legway care what SaleenDriver does in Sarasota?
No.
If you are ill or you have back pain or you don't have, let's say, not enough money to go to Venice, he comes to you and says, okay, I pay your bill. No, of course not. He does not care. He wants his money.
I don't ask him to care about me. I just ask him to throw the ball to a fellow Gator. Yeah, just little things like
and
that.
that's a lot to ask for him.
Evidently, it is. You would think it wouldn't be, considering he's probably played football since he was a toddler.
Are you sure?
Well, you assume these things anyway.
Yeah, that's what they told us.
You assume he's been playing since at least high school anyway.
Yeah, I mean they told
at least middle school. Yeah.
Yeah, they told us Arch Manning is a 5-star, and he's the best. And he wins 98 Heismans, 44 Netties, and 77 Super Bowls all in 1 year. That's what they told us.
You know what? At least Arch Manning isn't at Florida. He's Texas's problem, not mine. He's a 5-star because of his name.
Right. And Arch Manning is the reason why Sarkisian will quit. I said this half a year ago. I said it a year ago. Sarkisian will fall over Arch Manning. My LSU guys, and I know thousands of them. I watch every year baseball with them. And they all said he played at New Orleans and he couldn't complete a pass to save his life. He's a bad quarterback. And we all saw it. And if Arch Manning does not have 70 or 80 4 and 5 stars around him, he's a 0 star.
He ain't that good, that's for sure.
Yeah,
The problem, I guess the main question is, why isn't he that good? And can he be fixed?
I think he don't want to play football. I think he don't. I think he don't want to play. His family said, "Okay, you are a Manning, and you have to play football. You can't play hoops or hockey or soccer or lacrosse or golf or gymnastics or whatever. You are a Manning. You have to play football." And he hates football.
You are Manning. You play football.
Yeah. And you are weak and you are a slob. And you are not a normal guy. You are a slob. That's what you are. And I am Sven. I am retarded. And that's what I am. And you are a Manning and you are a football player. And that's how it is. And I think one thing is for sure. Nobody drafts Arch Manning in the NFL. Nobody. Absolute nobody. Not even in the 7th round.
They'll draft him low, and he'll become a project.
By the way, Shador Sanders makes his debut as NFL quarterback for the Browns.
Yes. Yeah, you was horrible. Yeah, he was like.
Did he play?
Yeah, he was 4. He was 4 of 16.
When was this game? Yesterday?
Yes, it was Sunday. He was 4 of 16.
Damn it! I want to watch this game.
Yeah, he was 4 out of 16 for 47 yards. No touchdown, no touchdowns. He had an interception. He had 2.9 yards per attempt, and he had a QBR of 2.4.
Oh, 2.4. Oh, I give him 10. Damn it.
Well,
who did the Browns
I've
play?
heard all these reports about Shador all through the week so far, and nobody wants to criticize him. And I think I know the reason why nobody wants to criticize him, and it's sort of obvious if you think about it, considering the environment we live in nowadays. I'm just saying that if he were a quarterback who, how shall we put this? If he were a quarterback that reflected light instead of absorbed it, he would be criticized a lot more than he is. And I'll just leave it.
Leave it there.
You can't criticize Shador for the obvious reason. And never mind the fact that he sucks. I've heard every excuse in the book on the radio programs that I listen to. Every excuse in the book. The most popular one is, well, he doesn't practice with the starters, so he can't be expected to perform with the starters. Oh, really? Could it be the fact that he's not prepared, period, full stop? Could it be the fact that he wasn't very good coming out of college? Could it be the fact that he's not a very good player? Could it be the fact that he's not taking, he got his paycheck and he's not taking the whole thing very seriously? Because you know what? The highlights I saw of him from this past Sunday, the highlights that I saw looks like a player that's not taking this shit very seriously. Yeah, one man's opinion. But I think I can spot a player that doesn't take his role seriously versus someone who does.
One man's opinion, it's an opinion I share. So.
Well, I don't think I think he's the same as Arch Manning. I watch Arch Manning play. I don't think Arch Manning takes this whole thing very seriously. I think he'd rather
No,
be, finger banging Mary Jane Rottencrotch in the back seat of a Chevy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but okay.
But you didn't see the movie Full Metal Jacket, so you wouldn't understand
No.
Russian.
No. Although I have seen some clips from it, but yeah.
That's a great movie. The first half of that movie is fantastic. The minute they killed off the drill sergeant, the whole thing the whole thing disintegrated into nonsense. But
Full Metal Jacket is if you're a little bit soft, you shouldn't watch this game. This movie. It's a little bit hard, but it's a top 10 movie all time.
even though it's a Kubrick movie,
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick, he's known for his oh wait a minute, was it Kubrick or was it the other guy I'm thinking of? Oh god, wait a minute. I know what I'm thinking. I had a point there. Hold on a minute. Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, it was Stanley Kubrick. He likes his works with a certain dash of conspiracy. Not as bad as who was the guy that did Kennedy? And no, wait. JFK, that was the movie. Oliver Stone. Oliver Stone is the king of conspiracies. Every movie he does is like a conspiracy movie. But that's what I was thinking did Full Metal Jacket, but it was Kubrick. Kubrick likes his movies with a dash of, nonsensicalness at the end of it. Witness 2001: Space Odyssey. It's like, huh? It was a fantastic movie until the last 15 minutes, and then it degenerated into an acid trip.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. Oh yeah. I've seen that movie. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't understand the end of it either.
Well, it took me a long time of thinking
Yeah,
and
I
watching
didn't.
this
Yeah, I
scene
didn't.
over and
Yeah, I
over.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't understand any of the movie actually, but yeah, I
Well,
didn't.
I
Yeah, I
understood the whole
didn't.
thing right up to the part where
Yeah, I didn't
Hal got
understand
shut
it.
down and Bowman left Discovery, and then the whole thing degenerated into
Yeah,
a
that was a
drug-induced
weird.
nonsense.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was a weird movie.
Yeah, but it's still considered a classic. Oh, all right, whatever. But I like Full Metal Jacket. I thought that was a good movie, despite the nonsense at the end.
Yeah. No, it's just really well known for like the classical music that plays in it, like the dun dun
The Blue Danube and all that stuff.
dun dun.
Yeah, that too.
In the 70s, 80s, and 90s, the most movie songs was created by a German and an Italian, Morricone or Zimmer. They are the two guys who made all these
So it's
famous
talking about
theme songs.
who did who did.
Zimmer, he's a German, and Enrico Morricone.
Okay.
Morricone made most of the Western of these classic Western theme songs, and Zimmer all for the James Bond films and all this stuff. And,
and then what about John
Yeah.
Williams?
2001 was the piece you're talking about, Vic,
Yeah.
is what is this? Performed by the Vienna Philharmonic. Thus Spake Zarathustra.
Yeah.
It's a Richard Strauss poem. But that's, and then there was also the famous use of the Blue Danube Waltz
Yeah.
by Strauss.
And that movie, that movie made both of those pieces famous. Yeah.
Yeah, the blue. Now, for those of you who've seen the 2001 movie, the Blue Danube piece was used during the flight up to and the docking sequence with the orbital space station above Earth. And the piece that was used, that Vic was referring to, either Thus Spake Zarathustra, that was used throughout the movie in various points.
Yeah.
Beginning, middle, and end. So,
Yeah. You can't pronounce anything about what you said about Hans Zimmer and the other guy. What about John Williams?
I don't even know who this is.
Yeah, John Williams. He did the music for Star Wars and other.
I haven't seen that one, Joshua. I should probably watch that.
He did the movie for. He did the music for Star Wars and a lot of other movies. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Like you did Superman. You did Harry Potter. You did. Let's see. You did Indiana Jones. Jurassic Park. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did a lot of movies. You did E.T. You did lots of stuff. Yeah. What else? Yeah, the Patriot. Yeah.
Patriot News.
No, this movie, the Patriot with Mel Gibson. Yeah. Yeah, you seen that, Celine?
Which one?
Yeah, the Patriot. It had Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. Yeah. That was, now I'm Mel Gibson does very good work in general. I think, though, he's a little bit off his rocker sometimes, but excuse me. Yeah, The Patriot was a good movie. Bloody little thing, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, Joshua likes Braveheart. I thought Braveheart was fun to watch. I don't know how much it was accurate, but I enjoyed Braveheart. It kept you going, and battle scenes were very well done.
Yeah, the Scottish rebels.
And from a distance, you finally got to see what was under a Scotsman's kilt. Nothing. It's like, I've never been to Scotland, but I've seen video and pictures of Scotland. Scotland is cold.
It's not. Yeah, but it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
In the summer,
Very cold. How can you wear a kilt with nothing underneath it and stay warm and have Harry and twins not shrivel up into nothing? I mean, I can't fathom that myself. But
yeah, but nobody wears a kilt in Scotland anymore.
no, except for ceremonial purposes.
Yes.
Yes, they don't put on. You need to put on some fur boxers under the kilt. Yeah.
I don't know how it's today, but 400 years ago they had no boxer shorts.
Yeah. They're saying that they wear fur boxers. Yeah.
How did we get on the subject?
By the way, my last point of football today. You know what I think, or I come to mind now. I think
What?
Josh Heupel will do one more last hooray with Tennessee, and if it's not happens, and he wins a playoff game, he will leave.
Really? Think so?
Yeah.
Leave and
Where are you going to go?
go where?
There will be offers for Heupel. I mean,
You mean at college or at the pro level?
the problem is Tennessee has the highest ticket prices on average in all of NCAA. If you want to see Tennessee against Tennessee State, the tickets are $220. This is ridiculous.
Joshua believes that Heupel is going to Oklahoma.
Maybe he was the quarterback for the last championship team. But there are differences with Bob Stoops. And
Bob Stoops, I thought he was let go as coach a long time ago.
No, Bob Stoops. Yeah, he retired. Yeah.
Bob Stoops is the national championship coach.
Yeah.
Not the Kentucky man.
Get back in 2000. Yeah.
Yeah, but what has Stoops got to do with Oklahoma now?
Stoops fired Heupel. And Stoops has a big saying in Oklahoma. Big time. It's like Nick Saban. It's like Nick Saban at Alabama. That's Stoops at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Not with the same wins.
Stoops hating in Oklahoma was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
25.
More
but,
than
25 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, but he is still the godfather of Oklahoma. And I don't know if he wants Heupel there. But we will find out. But I think Tennessee is not a program where you can win a championship. Or do you think they can win a championship?
Tennessee. Yeah, I mean, if they can get an offense and a defense at the same time. I mean, they've had, I mean, Heupel has had years where he's had an offense good enough to win the national championship in 2022, but not the defense. Last year, he had the defense to win a title, but not the offense. So if we could somehow put the offense and the defense together, then yes.
Yeah. And Tennessee is always one injury away because they have no depth. This is not Georgia or Alabama or Ohio State or LSU, where the second player is at least reliable. And this is the reason why I think Tennessee is not the place to be.
Tennessee is not the place to be. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I
look,
see what. Yeah, yeah, I see
take
what
take
you
take
did
take
there. Yeah,
take Josh Heupel is a very good head coach. Is
Tennessee
he elite?
not the
No, but
place to
he's
be.
very good. He's very good. I think we all can agree on that. If you hate Tennessee or not, Josh Heupel is a very good coach. So and
Well, it's definitely a
he
step up over what they've had. Yeah.
and he took Tennessee out of the dumpster where they were busy winning 3-4 games a decade.
Uh-huh.
They were 10 years in the bottom of the SEC East. What was the weaker of both conferences? I mean, you
Yes,
had Georgia sitting there for 10 years at number one. Sometimes you
Florida,
had a
Florida.
Florida. Sometimes you had a Kentucky,
Uh,
and
Yeah,
that's it.
Kentucky was
Missouri
even
was,
pretty good a couple of those years.
yeah,
So,
yeah, they had 10-win seasons, and
yeah, they did.
they give Georgia everything they could handle, and then some.
Yeah,
The early Stoops years. Huh?
yeah.
So and there was nobody. Tennessee was a shit show. Uh, South Carolina was a shit show. Uh, Vandy, you name them. It was Georgia, 1 year or 2 years Florida,
Yeah, and
one or
then it
two
would
years
be
Kentucky.
and then it would be Tennessee and Vandy fighting for the for the
Last place.
for last place in the East. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
and that's what it was. And it's the same. I mean, I don't want to shit on Florida. It's the same with Florida. Florida was a good program for 15 years. The other time, they are absolutely below average. They are Mississippi State 2.0. Absolute irrelevant.
they had 20 years when Florida was
Yeah,
good, right?
15. Yeah, 15.
The 90s and the 2000s, but
Yeah,
yeah.
Spurrier, Urban Meyer, and a little bit of Dan Mullen. So, and that was it. And I mean, the I don't hate Florida, so why should I? I mean, but the SEC needs a strong Florida. It would
Well,
make
you
the
have to
cocktail
find a
party
coach.
way more interesting. It would make uh, the they have cool rivalries with Tennessee and with Georgia. So and if Florida is good, Georgia can't walk into Jacksonville and say, okay, we beat your ass by 50 points or
Yeah,
whatever we want. So
yeah.
it would make the league better.
Yes. Now, what do you think about how? Did you hear how Ole Miss, told Kiffin that you need to tell us before the Egg Bowl if you're staying or going.
I don't think this
I don't
took
believe it.
place. I don't believe this shit. You know why? Because Kiffin would say, "What do you want? You want to go back winning 4 games? I leave now."
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
There,
They
there
have
is there is no
they have
leverage
no
Ole Miss has.
leverage. Yeah,
Absolutely
exactly.
no. But the problem is, what did Lane Kiffin really want, Vic? And I told this Saleen earlier. I mean, Kiffin won the last 3 years big time, but the schedule of Ole Miss the last 3 years was as easy as it gets for the SEC.
So why is Lane Kiffin gonna leave Ole Miss when he's about
He
to
shouldn't leave.
go to the playoffs? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if he leaves if he leaves Oxford, he's the stupidest man alive.
Yeah.
Outside of me, because I'm in Germany and I'm a Mississippi State fan, but I'm a retard.
Hmm.
I can be crazy. For me, it's allowed. But I mean, Kiffin makes 9 million a year, 7.5 million guaranteed.
Exactly.
Where's the difference between 9 and 15 million? You don't need 15 million if you make 9 million a year.
Yeah. The difference is 6 million.
Yeah, I mean, for what do you need the 6 million extra? For what?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. What do? Yeah. What do? Yeah. When you might get fired after 3 years at LSU. I mean,
And they will. And the same at Florida.
or 4 years. I think it was yeah. This was Kelly's 4th year. So yeah.
I still say that if Kiffin gets hired by Florida, which is a big if in my mind, he will be, because of who he is and what he's done in the past and reputation, I think he'll be given a little bit more grace than if you don't succeed by year 3, you're out.
And some
I
grace.
think they'll give him a little more time.
I mean, if Florida comes up with Kiffin, they have to offer him a massive, massive contract
Well,
with
they
a
have the
mega
money.
buyout. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
And you know why I ask?
Because they got buyouts for a couple of other coaches.
No. Why was Billy Napier so long in Florida? I mean, if they have money, his ass should be fired 2 years ago. Am I right, Vic?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know
it
about
makes no
2
sense.
years ago, but he should have been fired last year anyway.
I mean, it makes no sense if you pay 40 million or 30 million.
No, no
10 million, who cares?
sense.
I mean, if you have money, do it like LSU. What you want, or like Penn State, pay the 50 million and get your ass out of here. We don't want to see you again. So, and I don't think that Florida has the financial resources as an LSU. I mean, I didn't see it. I can be wrong. I mean,
I'm pretty sure Florida has the financial resources to give Kiffin a contract that he would be happy with.
yeah, but is Florida happy with him? This is the problem. Can Florida
Well,
afford?
we won't find that out until they hire him.
Yeah, good.
And there's no guarantee that Kiffin will be hired. There's no guarantee that Kiffin wants to leave Ole Miss. Everyone is the one thing about this is
Speculating.
everyone assumes that Kiffin wants to leave Ole Miss. What if that assumption is wrong? What if Kiffin actually likes being at Ole Miss? Maybe he's fine winning 9-10 games a year, and that's his ceiling, and that's where he wants to be until, I don't know,
He's an old man.
maybe until the Alabama job comes available. I don't know what's in his head.
Nobody
But
knows.
I think I can make the argument that if Kiffin aspires to winning, getting into the playoffs and winning playoff games and maybe getting to a natty and so on, I think his chances of doing it as a head coach of the Gators is higher, certainly, than the head coach of Ole Miss. And I would argue that, considering that Florida is a better recruiting environment than Louisiana, and that I believe Florida has more resources than LSU, that his chances of getting to a natty at Florida are higher than anywhere else at the moment. of all the jobs that are open, I would put that caveat in. I think the Florida job is probably the one with the most potential upside than all the other jobs. I don't think the LSU job, in my opinion, is particularly desirable because it's in the state of Louisiana, which is not exactly the richest state in the world. We've already seen that the governor of Louisiana has no compunction about interfering. I don't see DeSantis interfering with the athletic department at the University of Florida.
Right, but he did interfere with the president, so.
Yeah, well, okay, there's a big difference between the president of the university and the athletic director of the university. The president of any university is by definition a partially, if not wholly, political position, especially in a state-run university, whereas the athletic department is not exactly what I would call a political position in comparison. So I think considering the totality of the factors, if we're going to compare the two schools, Louisiana State versus Florida, if you compare the totality of the environments and the situation and what's going on behind the scenes, et cetera, I think the Florida job is better than the Louisiana State job. Now, I'm not saying that the Louisiana State job isn't a bad job. It isn't. It's a good job. I think the Florida job is potentially a better position with more upside long term. Especially when you now have the proven X factor of the governor of the state of Louisiana willing to interject himself into a place where, in my not so humble opinion, he has no business being in. I mean, Louisiana is a state with plenty of problems that by no means encompass college athletics, ergo poverty rates, infrastructure, local and county or parish, in this case, wide corruption, state level corruption, a state with an education level that's mid-pack at best at all levels. Raj, I think the governor of Louisiana has a hell of a lot more important things to focus on than who's running the Louisiana State football program. I don't think I would get too much of a pushback of all. I think in the totality of all the factors, Florida is the better choice for an aspiring coach who aspires to getting to the level of, can I build this program that has historically in the past competed well? Can I get them back there quick? I think the path to a national championship is more agreeable if you go to Gainesville versus you go to Baton Rouge. Although I will give you this, that the food is probably better in Louisiana than it is in Gainesville. Although I like the food in Gainesville, but then again, I'm a simple man with simple taste buds. I think the Florida job is a better job than the Louisiana State job. And there's a myriad of factors that go into that. And I think if Kiffin is offered the two positions, I think he'll lean towards Florida. But then again, I'm not completely convinced that Kiffin is going to leave Ole Miss. He's on the verge of going to the playoffs for Ole Miss. Now, is he going to win the Natty? Probably not. But he's on the verge of heading to the playoffs, which is something that if he takes the Florida job, it's probably going to take him 2 to 3 years to get there again. Whereas Ole Miss, if he gets to the playoffs this year and maybe wins a game and goes to the next round or, beyond the first round, maybe his recruiting goes up a good bit, and he can recruit players that might get him to the next level. Then again, he is competing against LSU. He is competing against, well, now that the divisions are gone, he's competing against Georgia. He's competing against LSU, Alabama. Maybe even one could argue Tennessee, although I'm not sure if that argument is more tenuous than I think it is. I think his chances of getting ahead in the SEC are better at Florida than at Ole Miss or Louisiana. But then again, I'm also biased in that regard too.
Yeah. A quick reminder: 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to start wrapping it up, but I'm not entirely wholly convinced that Kiffin is going to end up with Florida.
We will see.
We'll see. I mean, I don't believe that Ole Miss is giving him. I see those reports about you have until the Egg Bowl to make your decision on what you're going to do. Bullshit.
This is nonsense.
That's nonsense. Kiffin has already signed an extension with Ole Miss. Again, bullshit. I don't believe it. If that were true, the president or the athletic director at Ole Miss would be waving that paper around in front of every reporter that he could find. I don't believe that has happened. I believe that Kiffin is being smart. He knows he's going to the playoffs, barring some kind of utter collapse, which I don't see. He's going to have to coach that team in the playoffs. And he can't coach one team and recruit for another team at the same time. He can't do it. And I don't think it would be allowed by the SEC committees and such. I don't think the commissioner would allow him to do it. He's going to have to do one or the other. So does that put Florida in a bind? Yeah, kind of, because they can't exactly go out and recruit. Signing days coming up, early signing days coming up, and they can't exactly go and recruit saying, look, we got Kiffin as our coach because, well, you don't. And they can't lock him up as long as Ole Miss is still playing football, which they are. And maybe that's why Florida is talking to this jerk off from Tulane. Maybe they're hedging their bets now that Franklin is signed with Vatek. Maybe they're hedging their bets with what's his name, Sumrall. I think they should have been talking to Fish, not Sumrall. But what do I know? I'm just a lowly YouTube football fan out down here in Central Florida. What do I know? But Florida's in a bind. Ole Miss is in a bind. Kiffin's in a bind. The timing is all off. I don't know what's going to happen in several weeks. All I know is that you and Sven and Vic and Joshua and GF and Robert and Jerry and everyone else who's listening to my voice and not commenting, we're all just going to have to sit back and see what happens. And I'm the only Florida fan in here, so I'm the only one that really cares. I think probably the Georgia folks probably care a little bit because if we sign Kiffin, that might make the Georgia fans worried in a few years. All I know is right now I've got a Tennessee game that I don't know if Florida can win or not coming up in a couple of days, and I got a very important Harvard-Yale game, which has a lot of implications for me and my fandom coming up in a couple of days. So, that's where I'm focusing on Saturday the 22nd, and anything beyond that, the only thing I'm focused beyond that is Thanksgiving Day, where I'm cooking for 8 people.
Oh.
Which I'm looking forward to because all those people are great people for me. But I am going to wrap it up on that happy note because it's time to mosey on out of the house.
Yeah.
And I
Go to
thank you
dinner.
two for being here. And Sven, I know you got all our picks written down, so we'll see how well the old man and the second old man and the youngster do next Wednesday.
You kick my
Hey,
ass
Vic,
as always,
Vic, are
but
you gonna be
I
here
don't care. Normally, I should be ahead. You know why? I write it down, but I'm dead last by a mile.
Well, Sven, I'm pretty sure you'll be here next week. But Vic, are you going to be here next week, or are you going to be traveling somewhere? Vic,
Vic is not here. Vic is
Oh.
falling asleep.
And
Or
I wonder if
drinking
Vic is going to, and Vic might be doing the shit
Yeah.
show in a minute. Are you
Huh?
doing the shit show?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to be here next week, or are you traveling?
Y'all be here next week. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be all here next Wednesday, 3:00.
Yeah.
I will be doing the show before Thanksgiving, and
I wish you a nice day. I kick me out today by myself.
okay. And Vic, thank you for showing up as usual. Have fun
Yep.
on the shit show.
Yep.
And for all the rest of you who have been in here, I appreciate you being here. Don't forget to click the thumbs up on the way out. That does help. And for the one or two of you who I know are in the background clicking the thumbs down, thank you for your attention. Anyway, I always acknowledge you because, even though you hate me, you do take the moment to click the thumbs down button, and that, is attention nonetheless, and I appreciate it. And I know you hate me, but I don't hate you. I just can't tolerate you. That's all. Everyone have a good rest of the week. Getting ready for next week, which is the run up to Thanksgiving. And for the women folk, the run up to Black Friday, which is the 28th, and Cyber Monday, which is December 1st. Always big shopping days. And I have a shortened shopping series because I do Hanukkah, and the first night of Hanukkah is the 14th of December. So I have a little shorter time to start shopping for folks to give holiday presents to. But I hope you all have a good rest of the week. And good luck to your teams on Saturday, as long as your teams don't conflict with my teams. And since there are no Voltard fans in here right now that I know of, I hope we can beat you and continue, Raj, your streak of mediocrity and irrelevance when it comes to playing football in the swamp. But we'll see what happens. And of course, I am hoping that Harvard can end their losing streak against Yale, beat Yale, and punch their ticket to the FCS playoffs that are coming up fairly soon, and securing a standalone Ivy League championship, which would be nice to behold. So, everyone have a good rest of the week. Have a good weekend. I will see you back here for episode 242 of Wednesday Afternoon Live with me, the SaleenDriver. Peace.